So they finally won a night game. Welcome back, Dolph fans. We are going to be discussing the game last night. And there's a lot to talk about. I really do think I saw a lot of great things from the Miami Dolphins. So we'll go over the stats. Tua, obviously 20 for 28, 207, one touchdown, one interception. Devon Achane, 12 for 37. Malik Washington, one for that one touchdown carry. I think it's his first touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 357, should have been like 70-something if he didn't just drop that stupid drop that he had. Jonnu Smith played amazing, 3 for 45. And then Tyreek Hill, 3 for 16 in that touchdown. Odell Beckham came in big. And Jordan Brooks led in tackling along with Jalen Ramsey. And Anthony Walker had that interception with a Chop Robinson sack, Quentin Bell sack, Javon Holland sack, Calais Campbell sack. So everybody's probably going to come off the bat, and even including myself. You know, I almost put a short out there about Tua in the first. Tua looked like hot garbage in the first half. But what we're seeing, it's something that I saw with Mike McDaniel that was really incredible, that I'm kind of excited about. Because usually when we go into the half like this, number one, we never make any halftime adjustments. And we usually just typically come out the same, and then, you know, the other team beats the crap out of us and does what it does. Something I saw from Mike McDaniel was when they asked him in the interview what happened in the first half, blah, 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 blah. Mike didn't sugarcoat anything, which he typically kind of does when it comes to these interviews about his quarterback and all this stuff. He seemed like a head coach where he literally pointed out Tua is trying to make plays that aren't there, and he needs to calm it down and recollect himself in the first or in the second half. And that was like, if you watch a lot of the interviews, Mike McDaniel never really says that. He usually says the coach talk where you know, we need to get better in the second half. If you're liking this video, do me that favor, hit the like, hit that subscribe. He's doing a lot of stupid stuff, and he needs to calm it down. There's plays that aren't there that he's trying to make, that they're not there. And what it shows me in this second half, it was huge because, number one, we've been going through this season, I think we all know, the second half of the defense has been like a complete 180 turn every single second half. And typically, through Mike McDaniel's offensive years, the offense comes out and tries to do the same thing that they were doing before. And what Tua said is that they were coming out and they did some different looks that they had never seen before, which kind of like threw the offense all off. And what they did is they came out in the second half and made adjustments, which is something that I don't think I ever would have said with this team. They came out and made adjustments and understood what the defense was doing and the offense of the Rams was doing, and made adjustments in order to play against that. And clearly, as you saw with the offense, we, instead of trying to hit the deep ball, we started hitting the short passes, trying to take the checkdowns because they were playing too high. And what that showed me is that this, you can argue with me all you want. There's plenty of people that are, you know, sitting on the couch with potato chips going to say fire Mike McDaniel. I thought we should have. But what I'm seeing from Mike right now, if this continues, is that the dude's learning. The dude's learning how to be a head coach. He's learning what to do and how he needs to. This is like, sometimes when your back is against the wall, this is the only time that you grow. And I think that's what's happening to Mike McDaniel, is that before we were just, you know, kind of baseline, you know, we'd beat all the bad teams, good teams would beat us, but we still have like a 10-8 record or whatever it was. Whereas now, your job's on the line. We have a completely losing record, and we can't lose to the good teams. This Los Angeles Rams team is a very good team, and I just have to preface that. They are a very good team, very hot team, and they have probably 2 of the top 10 receivers in the NFL right now, and top 5, maybe top 8 running backs, and top 5 quarterbacks. And, you know, it's like we did something that really nobody thought we were going to do. We kind of like, we controlled this game, honestly. And yes, there was a lot of stupid things that Tua did that we need to clean up. But that's what I see with Tua sometimes, is that, and this is what made me really happy when I heard Mike say what he said. Because Tua sometimes, it just seems like he doesn't understand that Drew Brees never had to make these crazy, or Peyton Manning or Tom Brady never had to make these crazy, like Lamar Jackson type of plays. I think that what I truly think happens with Tua is his pocket presence is incredible. As you can see, like, he moves around the pocket and makes these throws ridiculous. But what he ends up starting to think is that he can make every play like it's in high school. And like Mike McDaniel said, sometimes the best play is an incomplete pass. And that's when he said that, I was like, whoa, this dude is different now. Sometimes the best play is an incomplete pass. And that's what Tom Brady and all those greats knew, is that running around, you're just going to get hurt, you're going to get injured, and you might just make a stupid play, throw the ball away, and just play another down instead of making your defense having to come on the field. So that Mike McDaniel, he looked amazing. I mean, what he did, I'm starting to see him grow as a head coach, and I'm starting to like what I'm seeing. You know, he's growing as a head coach. He's making adjustments. He's, Mostert fumbled last week. He punished him this week. If you didn't notice, Mostert didn't play the entire game. I'm not trying to say it's a full punishment, but I'm pretty sure that's what Mike McDaniel did. He fumbled the ball last week, so Mostert only got a couple of touches this week because he fumbled. He punished him like a head coach is supposed to do. So next, the defense. Number one, Chop Robinson. So first, let's preface this. This defense finally put it all together in the second half, which is amazing. Second off, the Calais Campbell is, guy's almost 40. He's still playing like he's in his 20s. And Chop Robinson, what we're starting to see right now, it typically takes a while for pass rushers to eventually find their mold and start doing stuff. It's starting to look like Chop Robinson is turning it on right now. He seems to be getting to the quarterback finally, which it's kind of stupid for us to just think that a rookie is just going to come out and light it up. Jalen Phillips didn't really do that till the end of the year in his rookie year. Jonathan Taylor didn't really do that. Cameron Wake didn't do that. It's kind of dumb to think that, but right now, Chop Robinson is getting a lot of pressure, and he's starting to get the sacks now. So right now, what we're starting to see is that this pass rush, especially, I think the golden spot right now, Zach Sealer coming back, cleared up everything, because without Zach Sealer, he's taken up two defenders. It completely frees up Chop and Calais and any of the other edge rushers to go and get after the quarterback instead of having, double teaming or chips or anything like that. Chop Robinson started getting to the quarterback. Calais Campbell did. Everybody started getting to the quarterback. And this offensive line is not bad. Like, it's not a horrible offensive line. It's pretty middle of the pack, so this was, and I'm pretty sure Notebloom is a pretty good offensive lineman that Chop was going against. So what we're seeing right now is that I'm going to make a video for what needs to happen and what can happen, but the pass rush is starting to get there, and we're forgetting that Mike McDaniel did say that Bradley Chubb does look good, and he's close to coming back. So with Chop Robinson turning on Calais Campbell, if we get Bradley Chubb back, this defensive line with Sealer is going to be ridiculous, from like awful to probably one of the best deep lines in the league. They also said that they are like third in the league for stopping people on third down, which of course it doesn't look like that because of the second halves, in the last two games. But this defense finally came back. And so another thing that I want to talk about, Kendall Fuller, he had a concussion, but Cam Smith came into the game, and yeah, he let up a play on Puka Nacua, one of the best receivers in the league. But overall, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Cam. He's starting to look like he's growing into the mold, and you have to understand, you got to put him in the game eventually. And I'm starting to like what I'm seeing from Cam Smith. Kader Kohut, he's a great open field tackler, but kind of iffy in coverage. But Cam Smith is looking pretty good for his second year. I'm liking what I'm seeing. And the secondary looks awesome. Javon Holland, I'm telling you right now, Javon Holland made such a difference. It's like, there's certain players, unfortunately, like Robert Hunt or Christian Wilkins or Javon Holland or Zach Sealer, where when they're out, it's a significant blow to the whatever side of the field that you have on. Javon Holland, clearly, without him in, it's a complete different football team. Javon Holland, like, he's everywhere. He's one of the best safeties in the league. I would say he's the best. He's just been getting, nicked up a little bit, but Javon Holland made such a difference this game, and the secondary is looking very good. The defensive line is looking very good. If the offense can continue to play the way that they're playing now, unfortunately, Austin Jackson is on IR, so that's a tough thing. They say it's not season ending, so we'll see if he can come back. But the one thing that I'm struggling with right now is the offensive line. That's going to be the killer. So we'll see if we can overcome that. But overall, like this, it's starting to feel like we can make a run, like we can do something crazy. Like this was a game that we needed to win. This is a very good football team in the LA Rams, and we beat them and basically, besides stupid mistakes, kind of controlled the game. Like the thing is that Matthew Stafford, his were like caused mistakes. Like we made him do that, except for one. Ours were just stupid mistakes by Tua, and we still held them. We still controlled this entire game, so it's looking good. I don't think the season's over. I think we still have a shot. We have a 5-game streak where the Green Bay Packers do not look like that great. That's probably the best team that we're going to face. And the other teams, New England Jets, Las Vegas, and Houston, they don't look that great. Houston doesn't have Stephon Diggs anymore. These are teams that we can beat if we play on all cylinders like we've been doing the past couple of games. If we can continue to grow from this and make this team better, we got a shot to get to the playoffs. If we win these next 5 games, we're back in the playoff mode. We'll see what happens. Fins up, baby. Love you all. Peace.